They said that anyone who spent that night in the haunted spirit's house would never leave and would be trapped in an eternal night where the sun would never rise again, and their soul would be tormented in endless darkness. There was a young man named Yasin, known for his bravery and disbelief in superstitions. He had heard the legend from the elders of the village and decided he would expose it as a mere tale meant to scare people. He gathered his belongings and headed to the cursed house on the fateful night, ignoring everyone's warnings. Yasin entered the abandoned house where the walls were cracked and the furniture was covered in dust. The air was musty and the silence was overwhelming. He lit his lantern and began to explore the place. He felt a chill run down his spine, but he continued, dismissing the creeping sense of fear. Hours passed, and Yasin found nothing unusual, but then he noticed something strange. The hands of his watch had stopped moving since he entered. He tried to leave the house, but the door was tightly sealed. He rushed to the windows, attempting to break one, but they seemed to be reinforced with iron, impossible to shatter. As he tried to escape, he began to hear faint whispers coming from every corner of the house, whispers that were unintelligible but intensified his fear. He tried to cover his ears, but he couldn't escape the sounds. Suddenly the lantern went out, plunging the place into darkness. Yasin felt cold breaths on his neck, as if something was watching him. Time became meaningless, as though the night had frozen. Yasin could no longer see anything, and reality began to blur with illusion. He started running through the house, desperately searching for an exit, but every door led to the same room. Time slowed down even more, and the night grew darker and more oppressive. Finally, Yasin realized the terrifying truth. He had fallen into the trap of the night that never ended. He was trapped in an endless loop of darkness and fear, with no escape and no end to this nightmare. That night became the last in his life, but for him it would never end. In a mysterious and attractive way, make it exciting and help attract the viewer's attention.